In the glittering lights of 1970s pop culture, few stars shone as brightly or as quickly as Leif Garrett. With his golden locks, sparkling smile, and soulful pop ballads, he wasn't just a teen idol, he was the fantasy of millions. But behind the fame was a young man navigating the pressures of early stardom, industry exploitation, and personal demons. In this Then versus Now, in-depth biography, we trace the turbulent yet inspiring story of Leif Garrett from his rocket-like rise to the dark valleys of addiction, and ultimately, to his path of self-awareness and redemption. Born Leif Garrett on November 8, 1961, in Hollywood, California, Garrett was seemingly destined for the spotlight. His mother, actress Carolyn Stellar, helped guide his early steps into the entertainment industry. By the age of 5, Leif was already acting, appearing in commercials and small television roles. Throughout the late 1960s and early 1970s, Garrett steadily climbed the ranks of young Hollywood, with appearances on popular series such as Gunsmoke, Family Affair, and Nanny and the Professor. But it was in film where he first made a major impact, landing roles in Walking Tall, 1973, Bob and Carol, and Ted and Alice, 1969, and People Toys, 1974. Leif Garrett's transformation from working actor to teen sensation happened seemingly overnight. In the mid-1970s, he signed a music contract and released his debut album, Leif Garrett, 1977. With songs like Surfin' USA and Run Around Sue, his bubblegum pop appeal and dreamy persona catapulted him to the top of teen magazines across America. Between 1977 and 1981, Garrett released 5 studio albums and starred in several made-for-TV movies. He became a staple on Tiger Beat and 16 magazine, often compared to David Cassidy and Donny Osmond. Teen girls screamed for him at concerts, while television variety shows like American Bandstand booked him regularly. At his peak, he could barely walk down the street without mobs of fans. He was cast in youth-oriented films such as Skateboard, 1978, Longshot, 1981, and the cult favorite, The Outsiders, 1983, where he played Bob Sheldon. With fame came the hidden pressures of constant visibility. By his late teens, Garrett was experimenting with drugs and alcohol. He later revealed that he was offered cocaine at the age of 14. The most devastating turning point came in 1979, just before his 18th birthday. Garrett crashed his car while intoxicated, leaving his best friend, Roland Winkler. The incident not only haunted him for decades but also became a symbol of his rapid descent. He continued to work, but the innocent image was shattered. Roles dried up, album sales declined, lawsuits followed. By the mid-1980s, Leif Garrett was struggling with severe addiction and legal issues, including arrests for drug possession and domestic disturbances. Then, Garrett was the picture idol of the late 70s. Glossy posters, catchy tunes, and a cherubic image of California youth. Now a survivor of his own fame, Garrett has emerged as a voice of caution and experience. He is open about his addictions, regrets, and exploitation at the hands of an industry that prioritized image over mental health. His appearance changed over time, from the baby-faced idol to a weathered but wiser figure. But his story remains one of resilience, not ruin. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Garrett made various attempts at career revival. He appeared in Behind the Music, VH1, and was brutally honest about his struggles. The episode became one of the series' highest-rated installments. He also reunited with other former teen idols for the reality show comeback and performed with the Retro Act music tours. However, continued drug issues often derailed sustained comebacks. He acted in independent films, made appearances on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew 2008, and even tried his hand at podcasting and music production. After decades of addiction, Leif Garrett finally reached a turning point. Following multiple stints in rehab and jail time, he committed to sobriety in the 2010s. He credits spirituality, therapy, and honest introspection for saving his life. His 2020 memoir, Idle Truth, Corton, with Chris Epting, pulled no punches. It shed light on the exploitation of young stars, the brutal aftermath of the accident, and his long road to healing. I never really had a childhood, Garrett writes. I was too busy pretending to be someone other people wanted me to be. Garrett has never married but has had several high-profile relationships, including one with actress Nicolette Sheridan. Much of his personal life was tabloid fodder during his peak years. In interviews, Garrett often reflects with clarity and a degree of peace. He has reconnected with fans not through music but through conversation, podcast appearances, and conventions. He's spoken out in support of mental health awareness and has joined panels discussing child stardom and industry pressures. Interestingly, Leif Garrett has enjoyed a resurgence in pop culture. His name is often referenced in shows like Family Guy, Stranger Things, and Saturday Night Live. Old performances of his music have gone viral. A new generation is discovering him, sometimes with irony, but often with genuine curiosity. Collectors seek out his vinyl albums. His image has been reprinted on t-shirts, posters, and nostalgia-themed merchandise. Documentaries on teen idols and 1970s culture routinely feature his story. Leif Garrett's legacy is complicated, but powerful. As one of the youngest pop stars to crash and burn in full public view, his story is both a cautionary tale and a testament to survival. He helped shape the teen idol mold that would later be followed by figures like Corey Haim, Britney Spears, and Justin Bieber. His experience also contributed to the conversation about safeguarding young performers. Garrett may not have become a Grammy-winning legend or a Hollywood Alistair, but his emotional honesty, artistic attempts, and commitment to speaking his truth have left an indelible mark. Leif Garrett's journey is a human one, from meteoric fame to near ruin, and finally to hard-won self-awareness. His life reflects the pitfalls of celebrity and the resilience of the human spirit. He didn't vanish. He didn't give up, and in many ways, Leif Garrett is more real today than he ever was as a teen heartthrob. The bumpy road he traveled has led him to a place of humility, humor, and healing. In a world where fame comes and goes faster than ever, Leif Garrett's story remains a powerful example of surviving it all and still standing.